Hello, those stragglers.
Jay is gonna go on more about his
favorite show.
Yeah, Law and Order.
Yeah, SVU. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, Noah, Olivia's son, adopted son, he was a trafficker, and he dies too.
Sorry, it's not funny that he's a trafficker. It's just like, so anyways, this guy is a trafficker of children.
Andrew Tate, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't remember. Yeah, but he was doing some really bad stuff, and it was just like he was just basically using his son as a get out of jail free card, being like, I can just fight for custody now, even though I'm facing several horrific charges, and I held a woman at knife point and everything. But it's like, well, I have a son, so. And it literally ends with him grabbing a guy's gun, trying to go on a killing spree in the courthouse, and then he dies, and so this poor kid literally lost both his biological parents.
Cool. Yeah, unfortunately, there's actual parents who are just fucking shitty and use their kids.
Well, the thing with his mother was that she was trying to change, but she was just end up murdered for no good reason, or I think they were just trying to shut her up about the trafficking and shit.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to figure out who put the hit on her, and she died in just the most brutal way, just being gang assaulted and then set on fire and just.
Jesus, gang shit is just fucked.
It wasn't when I mean gang sexual assault too.
Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah. Just
and then just torched All right, which leads to, and then another saga is that woman's mom shows up out of the blue wanting custody, and but then her and Olivia kind of have this nice heart to heart, and then you think it's going well because Olivia obviously she, as you can tell by how I described her childhood, she kind of just longs for a family, and just now that her adopted son now has a biological grandmother, maybe things could go right. Well, they don't. She kidnaps him.
No.
Yeah. And that was just. I knew something happened, but then I just didn't know. And then when they were her son just ends up missing, and then they find her name on a receipt for a stroller, and they're like, yeah, it's his grandma. His grandma literally kidnapped him to take him back, and she was conning Olivia the whole time, and that was a very intense saga. That was. Yeah, these are once I get to the actual episodes, they're going to be a lot more simplistic, and so I apologize if these are pretty lengthy. Everything else is just sagas about these specific psychopaths who are these guys Greg Yates, who was just a surgeon but also a serial killer. It had a lot of Silence of the Lambs vibes, and it was a lot. So I'll try to be more simplistic about this. Steve Gates, he worked in the modeling business, and he was also trafficking.
Yeah, as the model business does.
Yeah. But it was underage girls, so.
Yeah.
So you make it worse, and he kept evading the detectives and all of them. He was just an absolute scumbag.
Yeah.
And then this kid named Henry Mesmer. Now, I saw the second part of this very recently. So I wrote this saga as pretty much last minute because I didn't know there was a follow-up. So there's this kid named Henry, and he's just evil. He abused his sister, and then he's just clearly just mentally just all not there. Just he's just a psychopath, and he kills a family dog by drowning it, tied the leash to the bathtub and just pushed it into the tub. It was generally, we don't see it, but we just kind of see. The thing about this show is that it's in this weird border between being PG-13 and rated R. It's you'll see some gruesome stuff that you're like, how is this on TV? But then we don't see the dog. We just see the tied up leash in a filled up bathtub.
I think it's probably the best if we didn't see
it. Yeah, true. It's just like I said, it just feels like it's in a weird border.
Yeah.
I think like the most gruesome thing I've seen on the show was just a woman's face ripped off. Yeah. So, like a dead person's face like
just
ripped
an average
off.
Tuesday for me.
Yeah, average Tuesday.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy, and he ended up taking a kid hostage. He shot one of the detectives too. He didn't kill them, but he just.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's very.
That's a no.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a yellow card with that one.
Yeah, but the detective was like, he was like absolutely, I mean, obviously not chill about it, but he was like I knew he was like not gonna kill me because like he obviously was a kid and didn't know how to use a gun.
Yeah.
But then years later at the end they sent him to a like mental institution, and and then several years later they appeal his sentence when he turns 18. And they release him, but they thought he was, all back to normal, but no, he was not. He murdered his entire family, except his little sister. He literally had a new 5-year-old brother that was like born, and he just straight up killed him. He straight up killed this like 5-year-old kid for like no good reason. And his dad and his new stepmom, because his mom died while he was locked up. And he was pretty much after his sister too, so.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, this just has some Halloween vibes. I just like, because just killing the family and. But yeah, then. Unlike some of the others that I mentioned, he doesn't die. He's sent back to the institution, but he held one of the detectives hostage, and it was just a mess. Like, yeah. So that's it with the sagas. Now I'll get to like some actual episodes that are not arcs that are like several episodes. So, all right, I went by in release order too, by the way. So, and I wrote down the seasons and the episodes. Yeah, like the episode number, then the episode name, and then I wrote a brief synopsis, so I didn't forget. So, season 2. So my first recommendation for actual episodes. This whole saga shit was all my honorable mentions, by the way. So yeah, I'm sorry that was a lot, but now we'll get to like actual simplistic stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so season 2, episode 19, Parasites. I love this episode. So my brief synopsis about this episode was detectives find a skeleton, and they believe it to be a missing Romanian woman who also happens a twin sister. But there is a possibility that that woman that they found was actually alive, and she's pretending to be her twin sister. Like, it was just insanity, and just the twists and turns that happened with this episode were very, very good. I know this is not an episode that I've seen on like rankings, but this one was just one I very much enjoyed, and I watched this episode multiple times. I like this episode. Alright, next one. Season 7, episode 3. This one's called 911. This one is ranked on a lot of lists, and this is a very good episode. I will say, this is one of the most cinematic episodes they've done. Like, it just felt like something out of a movie. So basically what happens in just a few sentences was a little girl just dials 911, says she's kidnapped, held hostage somewhere, and obviously since it's like, a child, they go to the special victims, and Olivia stays on the phone with this little girl, while meanwhile everyone else in the department thinks it's a prank. They just don't believe her. So I'm not gonna say what happens, obviously, but it's a very good episode. Just the intensity of just trying to find this child that everyone else just does not think exists, while one of the detectives thinks she does and is not giving up. It's just so good. This one might be a little more up your alley.
Okay.
I hope I'm not boring. I'm probably boring you, am I?
No, you're carrying commentary now, and I am interested, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm just extremely focused on my game right now.
Season 9, Episode 2, Avatar. This is the video game episode. So what happens in the video game episode? Well, a woman who played this like virtual reality game, she just goes missing, and the detectives use the game to find her. It was like very interesting. There was like one like poor acting moment, but you know, I'm just where like they were like introducing the detectives to the video game, and they're just like, and she's like, this is so cool, even though they're like pretending to be like underage prostitutes, as they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like, yeah, we can be anything, and they just both pretend to be underage prostitutes that live in a society where that's okay. But,
that's cool.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
But it leads down a rabbit hole that's just like, okay, about them trying to find her. Next one's also in season 9. I also remind you, there's 25 seasons of this show. I am on 23 right now. Which, in for context, I think I started watching them in order around shortly after Christmas, and it's April. So, I'm not gonna say much about this one, but I'll just say
what the fuck.
This is season 9, episode 17. It's called Authority, and all I need to say about this episode. This is the Robin Williams episode. Robin Williams is in this episode, and they literally give Robin Williams a lot to work with. They gave him full range to do everything he's good at.
Yeah.
So that's all I'll say.
Can't waste Robin Williams.
No, can't go wrong with that. Season 10, episode 16. Again, this is because of the guest star, Ballerina, Matthew Lillard. Like, come on, Shaggy.
Yeah.
This was also a very bonkers episode too.
He's a very good actor.
Yeah, he
can play insane roles real good.
He's just the GOAT. He just does not get much work, and but he's like he just has so much range. It's like insane. Yeah.
Did I ever say that if I was an actress, if
you were an actress?
No, an actor.
Yeah, but you.
If I got like type roles, the type role I would want to be stuck with is probably like the insane fucking psychopath killer.
Yeah.
Because I can just fucking be insane and bash shit all the time.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
This one's a little upsetting, but this one's just. I also wrote down. I think I talked about it in one of the videos, but I just wrote down episodes that would like piss people off. That you just want to punch like the guy in like. Or whoever, like the perp or whatever, in the face, and this is one of them. So, and I feel like this came out so long ago, but I feel like this shit's just so relevant today. So here we go. Season 11, episode 5, Hardwired. A young boy is unfortunately sexually assaulted by his stepfather, who is a part of an activist group against basically a pedophile activist group, and they pretty much for him to get immunity, he's like, I'll help you take down their leader, and that was basically the rest of the episode. That was just like, and this guy is an absolute scumbag, by the way, and he literally again, this is why I say relevant, because he's just going off how they were like persecuted like gay people and shit you still hear today, like on that one website, you know, that one social media with that, you know, X.
Yeah.
You hear that way too much. We're just like even with they're like, we need to put the P in LGBT, and it's like, no we don't.
No siree. No we don't.
I hate
P can stay out.
Yeah, the P can stay out.
Unless it stands for parent sexual, that is. Because moms.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really wanted to punch the leader of this group, because his testimony was just absolutely just appalling, and
yeah.
Even like just him, and then him getting like one of like the girls to testify that he, you know, abused, being like, yeah, we met when I was 15, he was in his 30s, like. And she's like, well, there was nothing wrong with our relationship. I'm like, ma'am, you're literally being brainwashed right now. He literally. Do that.
They're very manipulative.
Yep. Oh, I accidentally swapped them.
Fuck.
I accidentally. But this was season 10. Episode 22, Zebras. I don't remember much about this one, but I had to look up they were basically hunting down a serial killer, but it was just insanity that was just going on. That's basically the show. It's just the most insane plot twist just happen just constantly. That you're just like, oh, yeah. You just always assume the worst. It's like it's always like a child and they're like, I'm being assaulted, and it's like, is it the step? And if they have a step parent, it's like, yep, it's them.
Yep.
Every time. I'll just go on a limb and say,
just based off the track record.
yep. But yeah, that one is also ranked high in a lot of, like, if you Google, like, episode and, like best episodes, Zebras is definitely one that people will put at, like, the top spot.
Yeah.
Season. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
End the episode.
Yep. Bye.